You have to have that target, that bullseye you're chasing in your life. Have your mindset on that and try to achieve that life. There is always going to be an answer behind the curtains, but you just have to shift your perspective into that growth mindset and look for it. Block out the noise. There's too many distractions in this world. And if you decide to put your attention on these distractions, then you will get lost.
A rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this beautiful land, but that beauty. A rich man's world. I have turned the soul of this.
Everyone wants to improve their life, but they just don't know where to start or what to do to get started. And I'm going to tell you guys 3 different ways to improve your life that you can practice right now. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the Level Up Lounge podcast. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys for giving me a listen and allowing me to speak some value into you. And if you like this episode, please share this with a friend. Like it, subscribe, follow me on my socials so you guys can keep up with the journey, so I can keep adding value to you and your life. And the whole point of this podcast is for you to learn and grow, and then help your friend, your family member, your coworker, whoever it may be, to pass on the message, because we are just trying to spread the good word and spread positivity and growth all around. With that being said, let's get straight into this episode. And so 3 ways of improving your life right at this moment. And the first one is to switch your perspective into intentional living mindset. Now, I've mentioned this a lot, but it's so important, because in my personal life, whenever I start to live intentionally and focus on what I'm doing every single day, my intentions behind my actions, my intentions behind my thoughts and my words and my work, my whole life changed. Exponentially, my whole life changed. It jumped from A to D, and then D to L, etc., because you start to learn faster. And a mistake you made once, you won't make that mistake again. That's the way of intentional living, because you are a learner. You are receiving this and you're analyzing it, and you are adjusting your way of moving, way of thinking. So a thing I love to encourage around this intentional living is to have a growth mindset. You guys, there's always going to be an opportunity in every single problem, whether that's in school, in your job, within your friends, within your relationship, family. So many different areas where we can attack this and angle this, but we have to always look for the opportunity to get better in every single problem we encounter. Problems and conflict situations that could frustrate us. It can blow us up depending what it is, how high the intensity of the problem is. But there is always going to be an answer behind the curtains. But you just have to shift your perspective into that growth mindset and look for it. Look for this opportunity so you can get better, you can get smarter, and you can grow faster. That's the whole idea of intentional living, because now you live with intention. You live with a learner's mindset to just learn and get better as a person overall, as an employee, as a boyfriend or girlfriend, as a mother, father, daughter, son. You just grow as a person, because there's so many areas in our life where we can just grow. But it's up to you to shift your perspective into a growth mindset to see that opportunity. Another thing, guys, we have a choice of how to approach these problems with our attitude. Attitude is a choice. If someone has a bad attitude, it is not because the world is attacking them. It is not because they have it harder. It's because their attitude. We have the free will to choose how we approach a problem, how we go about our everyday life. And if you have a positive attitude, if you go in with the mindset of, okay, I'm here to learn. It doesn't go my way. What am I supposed to learn right now? Ask yourself right now, is there something in your life that keeps happening and you keep bumping your head on, and you keep trying the same thing over and over and over again, but it's just not working out? You guys, that's the definition of insanity, is doing things over and over and over again and expecting a different result. Look at it from a different perspective, a different angle. Am I doing something wrong? We have to start taking full responsibility of our life so we can be accountable for our actions and for our words. So then later on be accountable and responsible for our results. We have to take ownership. We have to take accountability, and we have to change our attitude, because this world is tough. It is cold. So the only thing we can control is what's within. So let's get that in check before we go through anything else. And then we can start seeing all these green lights and opportunities in our life that we can go and attack and get better on a day-to-day basis. Along with living intentional, living with a purpose is an intentional life. When you have a purpose, you walk with a pep in your step because you have somewhere to go. You have somewhere to be. You are not influenced by the world and all its devices, but instead you are focused, you are laser focused on your purpose and trying to get somewhere in life, whether that's expanding your hobby, whether that's shooting for a higher position in your career, whatever that may be, your goals, your desires. You have to have that target, that bullseye you're chasing in your life, so you can every single day have your mindset on that and try to achieve that life. It's important we have a reason to wake up. And it doesn't have to be saving the world or anything. You can even have something as small as feeding your child or making somebody happy. It doesn't matter how big the purpose is, as long as you realize that you're here for a reason and you step into that role. That's where the beauty of the purpose comes in. That's where intentionality starts coming in, so you can step forward into the person you are meant to be. So that's one way to improve your life, is to be intentional. Intentional living is a way to go, you guys. Number 2 is to focus on your path. A lot of people like to get distracted and they like to bring in the outside noise of the world into their lives because they feel that everyone's looking at them. They feel like they're judging them just because they're taking this different route or decide to talk to this different person or just trying something new in general. And they start hesitating. They start speaking a little different. They start acting a little different because they believe the world is attacking them. They feel like the world's judging them. And that's why this is so important to improve your life when you just focus on your path. When you focus on your path, you focus on your craft on your own. The world gets a little more peaceful because you don't care about anyone or anything else but your purpose and your people. And your little corner, your little space of this big, humongous world we live in, when you just focus on this and don't worry about all the external environment, all these chaos and distractions that come in through social media, at the workplace, etc., etc. When you just focus on your path, that automatically shuts everything out and you become peaceful. You become blissful with the idea of your own little world. This sounds so simple, but in fact, it's very, very powerful because in reality, we are only living in our own world. I have my life with my people, with my job, my career. You have your life, your people, your job, your career. You have everything on your own. And once you finally hone into your own movie, then you finally get to start enjoying your own movie. You start to become the star actor of your own movie because this is your life. I'm just living in your world. That's all it is. And once you just hone into that idea of just focusing on your path, focus on what you need to do to get step forward, to raise a beautiful family or to prepare for your future family. Block out the noise and focus on your path. It's not about anyone else. It's only about you. So take risk, fall flat on your face, and just keep stepping forward. As you keep on taking steps forward, you will eventually hit your mark. The last way to improve your life is pretty simple, but it's very powerful. And that is a daily gratitude check. Now, you guys, I can see how overwhelming it might be to live in this world. I mean, I live in this world too, and there's so many moving pieces. If you're young, if you're a little older, no matter what age you are, there's so many moving pieces going around. There's always a bunch of what ifs. How am I going to do this? Am I even going to get there? Does this person want me? I don't have this, therefore I need it right now. So many thoughts can be running through our head when we talk about the position and growing and excelling in this life, in this very difficult life. And that's why it's very important to always do a gratitude check. We need to slow down. We need to slow down and look around. Look what's around us. If you have a car, if you have a vehicle, that's a blessing. If you're able to drink water at any time you want, blessing. If you have 3 meals a day, that's a huge blessing. If you're able to go to the restroom or take a hot shower, if you're able to drive to a job and get paid, there's so many blessings we can count in our day. But when we don't focus on these blessings, on these gratitude checks, then we just focus on the things that we don't have. And that, my friends, is a mind of scarcity. It's a mind of, I don't have this, I don't have enough. But in fact, you look at your back pocket, you look at what's around you, you have everything. If you guys listen to this podcast, you already are more blessed than 80% of the world, because a lot of people out there do not have the access that you do. So this is very important, because we stop focusing on the things that we don't have. We start focusing on things that we do have, and we start honing into that idea. And I'd encourage you guys to make this a habit. Wake up every single day and just look around you. Look at what you have. You wake up on a bed, you get up, you go get some water, you brush your teeth, you get ready for the day, and automatically right there when you wake up, from the moment you wake up to the moment you go and eat breakfast, you already ran through like 20 blessings. So just hone into that moment and always do a gratitude check. Make it a habit to switch that perspective and see that you are already blessed and have everything you need right now to live. We are not in survival mode. God willing, the ones listening to this are not in survival mode, but most of us are not in survival mode. Therefore, slow down, look around, and just enjoy the ride. It's the little things in life that make up our life. And that's just a beautiful thing to see whenever you shift your perspective on the little things. It's everything. So gratitude check is the last way to improve your life right away. That is the 3 ways to improve your life. Just a small recap. Number 1, intentional living. Living with a growth mindset, finding the opportunity in every single problem. On top of that, choose a good attitude. Our attitude is a choice. So approach every single day with a good attitude, and an attitude ready and willing to learn. Second one is to focus on your path. We have to block out the noise. There's too many distractions in this world. And if you decide to put your attention on these distractions, then you will get lost. So block out the noise, focus on your craft, focus on what you need to do, and take the necessary steps to reach your goals and to provide the life that you want for your family, for your friends, and just for your fulfillment. Third and last one, but definitely not least, is to stop and slow down and do a gratitude check. See what's around you, who's around you, and just appreciate the small things in life, because these small things is what builds our life. And if we focus on things that we do not have in our life, then we will suffer mentally, and eventually it will lead to a bigger problem. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning into the Level Up Lounge podcast. I really hope this episode provided value to you in any way possible. Again, please like, share, subscribe, or follow this account. I would love to keep providing value to you guys. And if you think this can help out a friend of yours as well, please send this podcast to them. Let's spread the message. Again, the whole point of this podcast is to provide value to you so you can grow, so you can relay that value to someone else. A domino effect is what I'm chasing. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. I love y'all so much. And as we end off every single episode, please find a way to make someone's day better. Go do something good out there and just wear your heart on your sleeve. God bless.